Martino Cartier of Wigs Wishes here, and it's so exciting to be at Petway School in Vineland. I think the excitement that the teachers share with the students and show them how important it is for community to come together and help those that are fighting cancer. And that's what today's all about. The kids raise money, the teachers are donating their hair, and I think it's just extraordinary. So for more information about Wigs Wishes, go to wigsandwishes.org.
What's up, 500 fabulous kids? You don't have to give a silence here. Are you guys fabulous? Alright, so this side of the room is fabulous. You guys aren't fabulous? That's what I thought. So first of all, I was here 2 years ago. I want to say thank you for having me back. And I want to share with you how important, when you guys celebrated Pink Day, how awesome it was. And I want to make sure you understand what that's really for. How many of you have ever heard the word cancer before? Okay, so you know what it is. Let me tell you what Wigs Wishes does every single day. When a mom is diagnosed with cancer and she loses her hair, moms always tell me it's one of the hardest things they go through when they're fighting cancer. So my team and I get to give them back hair that makes them look cancer-free for free. And we do it every day in all 50 states in this great nation. And without awesome kids like you, we wouldn't be able to do it. So I want to say thank you. Yeah, give yourself a round of applause. You guys are awesome. Petway Patriots. So, the name of the charity is Wigs Wishes. I explained to you the wigs part. But let me talk to you real quick about the wishes part. When a little kid, your age, is diagnosed with cancer, it's one of the hardest things a family ever faces. And every year in America alone, 30,000 kids are newly diagnosed. So it's a lot of kids. And what we decided to do was create a safe place for these kids to come and blend in with other kids that are fighting just like they are. So no one's making fun of them for losing their hair, and they just are able to have a good time. So we have a petting zoo, not far from here, with some animals they don't even have at the Philadelphia Zoo, like our big African ostrich named Oliver. And there's emus and alpacas and llamas and goats and pigs and sheep and horses and all kinds of cool stuff that these kids get to come. And there's train rides and dinosaurs you can ride, and things that just let these kids forget about going to Children's Hospital in Philadelphia every day. And then, once in a while, when a kid is really sick and has a really big wish, and nobody seems to be able to step up and do it, we step in and fight and fight and fight until we get that wish granted. So what you guys did today allows us to do all those things that I just explained to you.
All right, boys and girls, we have 3 staff members that have agreed to donate their hair so that wigs can be made for those who need hair after cancer treatments. Our first person is Mrs. Armstrong. Let's give her a round of applause. Mrs. Armstrong has never cut her hair before, so she's really scared. Everybody, cross your fingers. We have to give her support. Everybody say, "We love you, Mrs. Armstrong." Tell her, say, "You can do it." Boys and girls, look at as a teacher, as a substitute, and as our friend. Where is she? So, a few years ago, Miss Valari was in a situation where Martino helped her. And I'm going to let Martino and Miss Valari tell the story. But here's the picture of when she was in his salon.
Yes, 11 years ago, I had breast cancer. And I knew that I was going to see a treatment that would cause me to lose my hair. And Mrs. Andrews actually told me about Martino. And I remember scheduling a consultation with him. Really scary. And he was amazing. And I remember him telling me, write your friends in your family. And I thought, okay, I love that. So long before I thought about it, and I thought, and I did. And it really helped in a really difficult time. He's an amazing person to do this. He gave me a wig for free, and this is where I was there. She's actually in this picture. And I never forget it. Somebody said that he called him, but I actually have a friend and a relative in Hungary, and she contacted me and knows I live with her sister.
So when someone beats cancer and they finish their chemotherapy, whether it's a kid or an adult, we ring the bell and we celebrate that they finished their chemo treatment. So you rang that bell 11 years ago? That's awesome. All right, so we talked about wigs. You saw here your teachers graciously donating their hair. I want to talk to you about some of the wishes. This is Justin Bieber. This is my son Brigade, and this was our friend Kiki. Now I want you to listen really carefully. Kiki was 11 years old. Kiki had a cancer called Wilms tumor. It's cancer of the kidneys. All the nonprofits that her mother reached out to had something that adults call red tape, which means, how do you explain red tape to a bunch of little kids? They make it very hard to deal with them. In other words, red tape means a lot of roadblocks, a lot of stop signs, versus a way to make things easy. So, when Kiki went to get a wig, she was denied because of a stop sign. When she went to get a wish, she was denied because of a stop sign. And her mom, being a single mom, was so upset that she wrote to the government, and the government reached out to us. We granted her a wig, which she's not wearing in that picture. It took us 7 months to get her to meet Justin Bieber. 7 months from the day I met her to the day that picture was taken, and 7 days from that picture, she passed away. The moral of the story is, you never quit, and you never give up fighting. Because it's a lot to fight every day for 7 months to grant a wish for a little kid. But at the end of the day, I know that she left this beautiful world with a big smile. And everybody together made her last dream come true. And that's what it's all about. This is a little girl. She was 16 in this picture. And same story. Family hit a lot of roadblocks. They live in Orlando. And all I did was Google search Taylor Swift's publicist, which is like her manager, basically. Got them on the phone, told them who we were, said I don't want anything for free. I just want to make sure that she gets to meet Taylor Swift. And not only did she get to go to the concert and sit front row, but you can see that's her, myself, and her mother with Taylor Swift. So again, You can't quit and you can't give up. No matter how big your dream is or how big your problem is, you always keep fighting and you never quit. That should be a nice takeaway and a lesson learned. Shortly after we granted Kiki's wish, I met, your parents will all know her, Paula Abdul. Paula Abdul became our family's best friend. She is literally, it's me and her on stage every year at Wigs Wishes when we put on our big presentation, which adults call a gala. And Paula comes and she's best friends with my wife, and she stays over at her house. She was at our wedding in the Bahamas. So Paula Abdul is a special human being. She loves rescue animals. She loves helping kids in need. She's just an extraordinary person, and she really helped put Wigs and Wishes where it is today. Now, there was a boy named Chad in Minnesota. Now, if you don't know where Minnesota is, does anybody know where it's at? Where is it at? Where? Yeah, Midwest. There's no beaches. And Chad Carr, that's that little boy right there in this video you're going to see. Chad Carr's grandfather was the head football coach for Michigan State, which is pretty big if you live in Michigan. But his wish was to go to the beach. But because of his brain cancer, his doctors, the oncologists at the Children's Hospital, said it was impossible and they would not give him a free pass to go to the beach. So this is what we did.
We're in Ann Arbor, Michigan at the Carr family residence, about to surprise the little child with his very own beach in his own backyard.
So originally Chad's wish was to go to Sanibel Island in Florida because it's loaded with shells, and that's what he wanted to do, so we were sending his whole family. But then when his mom said that he wasn't well enough, he sent me a little video saying he wanted a hot tub. So I thought, well, if we can't take him to the beach, we'll bring the beach to him.
So on that day when we turned Chad's backyard into a beach and a hot tub, I'll never forget the words that came out of his mouth. He said, "Mommy, this was the best day ever." Chad also passed away like Kiki did. But what I remember and what I hold on to are the people all across America that sent shells. We had over 5,000 shells that we had to pack up and throw in that truck with the hot tub that we sent some stranger I met on Facebook that trusted to drive to Michigan. So my point is, what did I do when it came to Chad? Never gave up. So this is why I want you to remember. If you remember nothing else, I want you to remember in life, if you want to make a difference, you should do what? So I think the first two rows, remember to never give up. And the rest of you, you're going to get out of school, summer's going to come, you're going to give up? So what are you going to do? Good job.
So today we are going to present a check to Wigs and Wishes. In the total of $1,125. Oh, I apologize. Again, we want to thank Mr. Martino. Right, hopefully some of you can get to do this summer. And who knows? Maybe he can visit us next year and we might have some other brave individuals. Okay? So thank you everyone.
Thank you guys so much. You should be